we are getting started with the round of 16 match opposing Cap, Scrapie, OmnipotZ, and aswer. This is round of 16 for the From Zero to Hero match, and we are going to start. The map order is randomized, and we're going to start on Weird Flex by Thompson. So then, let me actually just scroll up the chat. Oh shit, I think I might have missed all of the world records. I forgot to take notes of them whilst I was looking for the matches to cast. So yeah, let's actually see. So OmnipotZ having comfortably won the round of 32 match versus Zyro and Bergie. Zyro getting sent down to the loser bracket as a result of that match as well. But Bergie will continue his adventure into the winner bracket. Then we got Cap, who won easily his match versus Ringoa. Then we got aswer and Scrapie, who seeded P2, who seeded second in the in their respective matches. 103.308 based on that you gathered. Okay, I'm gonna note that as an I'm gonna take a notepad right now. 103.308, right? So let me just double check. Yep, 103.308. Okay, I'm gonna keep that little okay, WF. So Weird Flex. Sorry, this is improvise, adapt, overcome. That's pretty much me right now when it comes to like casting this competition and not having any idea of what the good times are on this map. Anyways, the war map is ended. Good luck and have fun, everyone, for the first round. And we're gonna go with, let's see, we're gonna go with the Belgian player, shall we? We're gonna go with Scrapie. So, start already done, and Scrapie with a bit of a wide line. It's going to keep OmnipotZ with the whole shot after CP1. 100 the front of his compatriot aswer. Scrapie finding himself in third, and Cap a little bit further behind in fourth place, getting a little bit distantiated himself here from the rest of the group. And OmnipotZ still in first place, but actually aswer getting a little bit squirrely here and dropping down to third, and actually under threat from Cap, who will overtake him for third place. And now OmnipotZ in Scrapie with a weirder line compared to Cap, and Cap will be able to actually reel him in, and he's now in his gearbox, potentially overtaking him in this corner. Yes, and OmnipotZ with a huge pick, a huge wall hit here, and that's going to be Scrapie versus Cap for first and second place. aswer is a little bit further down, 2/10 down on third place, and then OmnipotZ is 4.3 seconds down in fourth position. So yeah, it's going to be Cap versus Scrapie for the first blood on this match. Let's actually see. Cap still in the lead with the MP4 for McLaren. Then we've got Scrapie in the T-Pass car. Cappy with a bit wide line. Potentially more momentum into the final corner. We're going to have to see still. It's going to be to jump to the side. Let's see. It's going to be Cap who will get the win. Yes, and Scrapie will fail the jump, and same goes with aswer. Will this benefit OmnipotZ? No. Yes, it will. OmnipotZ will get into P2. aswer will cross the line in P3, and Scrapie will get the line in P4 and still score the points. But yeah, Cap will draw first blood with a 103.935. Second place for OmnipotZ, third aswer, and Scrapie fourth. So OmnipotZ, despite a huge mistake at the ramp turn and having had a huge stall pick forcing him to respawn, he still managed to, he still took advantage of the tremendous fails of both aswer and Scrapie to get himself into second place and score 6 points. And it seems as though in this round he's trying to make up for these mistakes. Cap a little bit further behind, closing the gap 0.2 of a second between him and the leader Scrapie. But Scrapie is getting caught up by both OmnipotZ and aswer. OmnipotZ leading the charge to actually catch up the Belgian. Let's actually see onto this corner, and actually it's really well done by OmnipotZ and Scrapie, but aswer a little bit less well done, and he's going to drop down to last place, 0.4 of a second down on the leaders, and Cap with much more speed on the blue part will potentially overtake Scrapie to the uphill. Yes, he will. Now it's going to be up to him to catch up with OmnipotZ. He's going to have a lot of catching to do. 1.5 of a gap between him and Cap. So yeah, we're gonna have to see the final few corners. There's inside pole here. Then we go on to the final corner. Cap overtaking OmnipotZ for the lead, but OmnipotZ with a much better line will get back into the lead. It's gonna be able to jump to the side, and OmnipotZ will win the round in front of Cap in first and second place. Less than a 10th between the two. Scrapie third, and aswer will not finish. He had retired, he completely missed it, and that's gonna be no point scores for him. He will fall down to last place as Scrapie moves up to third with 7 points, and 16 points equal shared lead for Cap and OmnipotZ. Round number 3, then it seems as though OmnipotZ is trying to get himself back into this match after that early blunder on round number 1. It seems as though it's starting to pay off really quickly here with a round win already to his credit on this second round. Now into round 3 we go, and it seems as though OmnipotZ and aswer are leading the field. Scrapie and Cap rounding out a little bit, and Cap has made an early mistake. He's currently finding himself a second down on the leaders. Completely missed out on the camera. I'm really sorry about that. And meanwhile, Scrapie is at the tail end of the leading group. aswer versus OmnipotZ. This is a battle for the lead right now. Half a tenth between the two, and it seems as though we got aswer with a bit of an advantage here. aswer has not put a foot wrong so far in the round. Scrapie is waiting to pounce on anybody's mistakes. OmnipotZ with a bit of a less momentum prone line, and he will get overtaken by Scrapie here for second place. And actually, aswer with a weird landing right here, and now it's going to be Scrapie who will get up into the lead as a result of that. But aswer could potentially make something happen into the final corner and the final 2 jumps. I'm going to have to see how everything goes for the Gnet player, sorry, for the French team. And let's actually see. Oh, aswer potentially could snipe. No, yes, he will snipe it for 1/100th of a second. Scrapie second, OmnipotZ third, and Cap in 4th place. aswer with the snipe on the line for versus Scrapie. Really nice round from aswer here. OmnipotZ will get into the lead after having finished in front of Cap. 20 points for OmnipotZ, 19 for Cap, 14 for aswer, and 13 for Scrapie. As a result of round number 3, as we head into round number 4 right now, the whole shot got Cap by Cap after CP1. Onto this downhill we go. Downhill really well negotiated by Scrapie right here. Will overtake Cap for 3rd place and actually get into the lead temporarily, as aswer and OmnipotZ will try to do something about the Belgian. Meanwhile, let's actually see where Cap is. Cap is riding in the right group. He's currently within a 10th of the leader, and with a bit of a clip, he will get over the 10th, but still, the group remains really packed right here. So yeah, and actually Scrapie with a much better line compared to OmnipotZ on this ramp turn. He will overtake him into the lead. Actually, they're almost a dead heat. 4,000ths of a second between Scrapie and OmnipotZ in favor of the Belgian into the CP, and it seems as though aswer's made a huge mistake, and that's going to be dropping down 4 seconds down, and Scrapie still in the lead. OmnipotZ with less speed than Cap. Cap could potentially overtake him for 2nd place. Gonna have to see. Oh, the inside line, all the full risk for OmnipotZ. He seems as though he's paying off. He's training in front of his compatriot Cap, but Cap with an inside line into the final corner. Could this potentially be it for the former Games Origin player? We're gonna have to see. Scrapie will win the round in front of OmnipotZ, and Cap will get 3rd place. 4th place for aswer on 104.065. 0.3 of a second between 1st and last place. Really good round thus far, and yeah, OmnipotZ will remain in the lead, but Scrapie is trying to make inroads onto the Frenchman. 23 points equal with Cap in 2nd place, and aswer is getting a little bit left behind with 17 points to his credit in 4th place. Really nice times being driven right here. Effectively, Yekosdo, sorry for the any mispronunciations, any butchering of the names. Meanwhile, aswer is battling it out with OmnipotZ and Scrapie for the lead. Cap is a little bit further behind, already 3/10ths down, I think. As a result of this CP, actually 2/10ths down. He's trying to make some inroads on the rest of the field and actually catch back up and actually get back onto the wagon, get back onto the train, I should say. This really high-speed train forming up right now. aswer and OmnipotZ in 1st and 2nd. Scrapie getting a bit distance in 3rd place, and actually under threat from Cap. Cap trying to overtake the Belgian. It's not really paying off so far. He's right within his gearbox though, so it could be anybody's game at this point. And OmnipotZ versus aswer, the battle is still raging. OmnipotZ with a much better line compared to aswer is going to have the advantage, and now Scrapie versus aswer and Cap going to get into the mix. Maybe aswer could get the 2nd place. Yeah, it will be aswer, and OmnipotZ will win the round. aswer 2nd, and Cap in 3rd place. 103.665 for OmnipotZ in this round, and he will get the lead with 36 points to his credit. 27 points for Scrapie in 2nd. 3rd place for Cap with 26, and 23 points for Me fait piéger, ça y est. For aswer in 4th place. Really, really good times being driven. Pretty much all sub 104 throughout the entirety of the 5 rounds that we've seen. Yeah, on this the 2nd map we go, which is Cascade by Kaisla and Wormy. So then, quick score recap after 5 rounds. OmnipotZ in the lead with 36 points. Scrapie 2nd with 27. 1 point behind them we find Cap in 3rd place with 26. And rounding out the field is aswer in 4th place with 23 points. So then, OmnipotZ, despite the really shaky first round, managed to get some really good points and some solid points on the board, and have already a solid lead of 9 points over Scrapie as a result of the first 5 rounds. And we're currently seeing the drivers either deleting or finishing their warm-up right now. The current Mania Exchange record, at least, is a 106.168 by Carl Jr. Sorry, I'm making my notes at the same time that I cast. Really, very professional. So, the warm-ups have been done now. GLHF to everyone. Map number 2 about to get underway. Round 6 about to get underway. We're now going to be following aswer. Currently not sitting in the best place so far. 23 points for him, 4th place. But he's capable of building some incredible rounds in here and actually capable of potentially sniping some people. So yeah, we're going to have to see how the Frenchman goes here. So let's actually go with aswer, as I was with Cap for here. Cap getting almost a whole shot for 0.03 of a second. He got denied by OmnipotZ. Meanwhile, it seems as though Scrapie managed to get a whole shot at CP2, and it's Cap trying to get himself in the lead, and that's going to be is still anybody's game at this point. Look at this pack right here. Really well, really nicely tightly knit. Oh, that's a full stop pick from Scrapie. Game over already. That's an F for Scrapie. And now we're going to see Cap, OmnipotZ, and aswer. Fully French battle for the lead positions right now. And meanwhile, it is Cap who leads the charge. aswer and OmnipotZ are battling it out with each other for the second place. It's still within a 1/10 of a second between all of these. And OmnipotZ catching the outside wall. And that's going to be leaving him behind already. And now it's going to be aswer versus Cap. Advantage to aswer right now with 0.3 of a second of a gap between him and Cap right now. As we head into the final part of the map right now with the final platform term, and then the whole jump, with the block clip. Oh, and actually Cap having done a fully stylish finish, and OmnipotZ going for the safe finish as well. Meanwhile, Scrapie, is he going to be able to finish? Yes, he will. aswer first with a 106.708, then second place for Cap with a 107.179, OmnipotZ third, and Scrapie fourth. OmnipotZ still in the lead, now only 7 points ahead of aswer, who came back in the fight, came back up to second place for this particular round. Only 1 point ahead of Cap though, and look at the gaps between second and fourth. 3 points between second and fourth place. So aswer second on 33, Cap third on 32, and Scrapie fourth on 30 points. Meanwhile, the result of this start, 20 seconds into the map, we already see that aswer is trying to make some inroads, and he gets the slowdown here. He gets a huge clip, and that's going to be already game over for him at this point in time, and it's going to be OmnipotZ, Scrapie, and Cap to battle it out for the lead. Meanwhile, it's Scrapie who gets the whole shot at this particular CP, and Cap with a much better line compared to Scrapie with a really nice outside line. He will get back into the lead, and Scrapie is all over the place. He will get overtaken by OmnipotZ as well, and the Belgian is already finding himself down in third place, 3/10 down on the leader. Cap versus OmnipotZ, first and second. Then we got Scrapie third and aswer fourth, 1.2 seconds down on the rest of the field. Cap already having a really sizable advantage here of 1/10 between him and OmnipotZ. But OmnipotZ is still able to pull something incredible here and actually catch back up to Cap in the final corner. We're going to have to see. Cap seems to have everything under control. Is the stylish finish going to ruin him? Let's see. I'm going to get the curve clip. No, he will get the round win in the end. First place for Cap, second place for OmnipotZ, Scrapie third, and aswer fourth. 106.732 as well for Cap, and less than a 1/10 of a second between Cap and OmnipotZ. So OmnipotZ still in the lead, but Cap is making inroads yet again on to his compatriot, and he's currently sitting in second place with 42 points, only 4 points behind the leader right now. So yeah, Cap is still in a prime position to continue his adventure into the winner bracket if he keeps that momentum. Meanwhile, after 15 seconds into the map, Cap is not really sitting where he wants to be. He's currently rounding out the field 2/10 down on the leader, OmnipotZ, who's trying to get himself back into the match after those really rather paltry rounds that he actually pulled off in the previous little few minutes here. And OmnipotZ still remaining in the lead in front of aswer and Scrapie. Scrapie trying to make some inroads onto aswer, but it seems as though the Frenchman is holding steadfast, and Scrapie is still stuck in that third place. He's gonna have to go out of his way to potentially get himself into a fight for second place, and if anything else happens, maybe a fight for the lead. And it seems as though Scrapie is trying to make that happen with a much better line, much better speed compared to aswer, and it seems as though that little wider line compared to aswer here is really going to cost him right now as we go into the final part of the map. OmnipotZ, aswer, Scrapie, and Cap, your leadership right now. Will OmnipotZ fail to finish? No, he won't, and that's going to be pretty much your finishing order. OmnipotZ, aswer, Scrapie, and Cap. OmnipotZ with a 106.484. aswer with a 106.605. Really good round for this one. Let's all underneath the 107 barrier, and OmnipotZ will still remain in the lead with 56 points as we head into the penultimate round on Cascade. Already having done half of the way towards finalist status after round number 8 already. OmnipotZ is looking really, really good here. A really good point forward time by OmnipotZ, by the way, really showing his strength on his map right now, really showing that he still got the chops to battle it out with some of the best Trackmania players out there. OmnipotZ still in the lead, aswer and Cap in second and third battling it out, and it seems as though the gap for the lead has actually really shrunk. We're less than half a tenth between first and third, and Scrapie a little bit all over the place will get a little bit left behind by the rest of the pack. He's currently finding himself 3/10 down on the rest of the pack. Then Cap also almost hitting the wall and actually ruining his run. He's still remaining in there. He's still hanging in there, but it's looking like a bit of an uphill struggle for the former Gamers Origin player to potentially make out anything about aswer's lead and OmnipotZ in second place. Let's actually see if OmnipotZ is able to actually overtake aswer into the final part of the map. Into the final corner we go. Let's see, we're going to see the clip here for OmnipotZ trying to get a better line over here, but no, it will be aswer and potentially Cap. No, Cap will get the hard break with the full stop pick on the hole, and that's going to now Scrapie up to third place. 106.627 for aswer in first place, OmnipotZ second, Scrapie third, and Cap fourth. So 62 points on the board for OmnipotZ, 10 points ahead of aswer in second place with 52, 48 points for Cap on third place, and Scrapie fourth with 42 points as we head into the final round onto this first rotation of Cascade, round number 10 on this match. So aswer not having the best start of his life right now, currently sitting in fourth place, 2/10 down on the leading group, and look at how packed it's all looking already after 20 seconds of the map being playing. And Scrapie, as I say that, will get a huge stop pick and will get the deviation on this round, and will be game over for the Belgian. Meanwhile, aswer trying to make some, trying to claw the gap back and trying to bridge the gap between himself and the top two drivers. Meanwhile, it is going to be OmnipotZ still in the lead, Cap in second place, and aswer in third with less than 2/10 between first and third. Cap trying to distance himself from aswer, but aswer is trying to reel him in. He is within his gearbox right now. A fully French fight for the top 3 positions. Meanwhile, OmnipotZ is still remaining fairly in control of this race, and he seems as though he's getting potentially reeled in by Cap. Could Cap make something happen? Could there be a round win in the books for Cap? We're gonna have to see, but it seems as though OmnipotZ has got this in the bag, and he will get the round win unless the clip happens. No, it will be good. Turtling over the finish was aswer. OmnipotZ first with a 106.565. Cap second. Aswer third, and Scrapie fourth. So 72 points for OmnipotZ after 10 rounds in this match. Aswer 56 points for him in second place. Cap third place with 54, and fourth place for Scrapie with 45 points. As we head into map number 3 and round number 11 soon to be started, which is Krompotz by Kronos and OmnipotZ. So 103, was it a 103.6? This one for the world record, Kozdo? 106.3. I think it's a 106.3. Omni is really looking good. Yeah, he is looking on freaking point. And it seems as though we're heading into his best map. So yeah, this could potentially be the end game already for OmnipotZ. 105.085 by Zyko. Oh, okay. So we are on Krompotz. Yeah, I know which one you mean. Yeah, Zykos. So, quick score recap after 10 rounds in this round of 16 match between OmnipotZ, aswer, Cap, and Scrapie. OmnipotZ in first place with 72 points, aswer second with 56, Cap third with 54, and Scrapie fourth with 45 points to his credit. So, OmnipotZ definitely asserting dominance in his first 2 matches and actually showing a statement of his intent with his alien car already that he intends to shred as many times as possible and get as far up as possible on this one. Omni got a .8087 on this one on Dedimania. Okay. We're gonna have to see how everything fares for each of the players for this particular map. Anyways, the warm-up is done. Good luck, have fun, everyone. Here we go for the round number 11. Round 1 out of 5 on Krompotz, map number 3, and we're going to be spectating the leader himself, OmnipotZ. So then onto the right-hander, onto the left-hander they go, and it seems as though the first CP, the whole shot is going to be the tough call. It's Scrapie who gets it nearly dead heat. 1/10 of a thousandth of a second in front of Cap in second place, and then it's aswer and OmnipotZ who going to get the consecutive whole shots, and it seems as though everybody's getting all over the place here. Cap finding himself in third, and aswer currently biting out for the lead with OmnipotZ, and Scrapie, he's really all over the place right now. He's currently 3/10 down on the leader. OmnipotZ and aswer still battling it out fiercely for that lead position. Meanwhile, Cap is waiting to pounce on anybody's mistakes. It seems as though everybody's got negotiated really nicely. The double outside pull here before the three-wheel. Will OmnipotZ be able to claw back some time on the free wheel? No, aswer will remain in the lead right now, but Cap has managed to get much more momentum than OmnipotZ, and now we're going to have to see how everything goes for the two Frenchmen. Will one Frenchman overtake another? We're going to have to see. OmnipotZ still remaining in second place, and aswer still having to fight for that lead position, and actually OmnipotZ almost hitting the wall, and that's going to be up to the jump to the side. The final results here, aswer still in the lead, OmnipotZ in second place. Into the jump they go, towards the left side. It's going to be OmnipotZ. No, aswer will get it for 0.02 of a second. Really great one with a 105.514. aswer first, OmnipotZ second, Cap third, and Scrapie fourth. So, OmnipotZ only on 78 points here in this match. He still needs 3 round wins to get. He needs 2 round wins and 1 finish to get into finalist mode. We're already heading into round 12 out of 12 on this match, round 2 out of 5 on this map. Meanwhile, it's actually Spectate Scrapie currently sitting. Oh, and actually clips the pole. That's going to be game over for the Belgian. Meanwhile, Cap sitting in the lead in front of aswer and OmnipotZ. Cap, aswer, and OmnipotZ, your top 3. Scrapie way behind, literally 0.8 of a second down, pretty much going over the second mark in the next few CPs. Cap versus aswer, that's a battle for the lead, and OmnipotZ still trying to get itself into the mix, and do not discount OmnipotZ. He's looking extremely potent since the start of this tournament, and we're gonna have to see how the alien car will do. Meanwhile, it seems as though Cap, oh, that's a huge F coming, Cap, press F to pay respects for Cap here, and OmnipotZ as well. That's gonna be leaving aswer with a huge lead of 1 seconds, even better than that, 1.7 and 1.8 compared to OmnipotZ, and Scrapie has managed to get himself in third place as a result of that. Maybe could this be the round for Scrapie to get some solid points on the board? Aswer will get in first, and it's going to be OmnipotZ who gets in second place, Scrapie third, and Cap will cross the line in fourth place right here, right now. Huge stop, huge what doink for Cap in this round, going a little bit too far inside into the pudding, and thus completely ruining his run. OmnipotZ on 84 points as we head into round 13 of the match. As we're currently following aswer now, currently sitting in second place overall with 76 points to his credit. Scrapie getting the whole shot after CP1, 100th of a second in front of Cap in second place. Then OmnipotZ getting back into the mix, and look at this pack, really looking really nicely packed together. Less than 110th of a second between first and last place. Meanwhile, it seems as though Scrapie managed to get himself into the lead and to come on, but it seems as though he got a worse line compared to the rest of the pack, and he will be demoted to last immediately, just like that, just in the snap of the finger. And now it's going to be Cap, OmnipotZ, and aswer to battle it out for the lead. OmnipotZ getting into the lead before the drop down right here, and now we're gonna have to see how everything goes onto the double outside pull and into the free wheel. Cap still in the lead, OmnipotZ, oh, and actually Cap gets the touch and gets a huge slowdown in the free wheel part, and it's gonna be game over for Cap yet again. OmnipotZ and aswer battling it out fiercely for first place. Meanwhile, Scrapie is gonna be waiting to pounce on anybody's mistakes. Could this be the one where Scrapie could potentially get a round win if aswer or OmnipotZ gets a mistake here, or a catastrophic failure? Let's actually see OmnipotZ going really wide. It's going to give the win to aswer. He's going to go for the safe finish, and that's going to be promoting Scrapie up to second place as a result of that. aswer, Scrapie, OmnipotZ, and Cap, your top 4. A 105.497 for aswer. Yeah, I was trying to find the right name. So yeah, 88 points for OmnipotZ in first place, 86 for aswer in second place. Yeah, the gap has been bridged between aswer and OmnipotZ, and yeah, now aswer is also potentially having a shot at winning this match and getting himself further into the winner bracket with the round of 8 coming up next. But meanwhile, it is Cap, aswer, Scrapie, and OmnipotZ, your top 4, and OmnipotZ having had a really slow start. He's already half a second down on the rest of the players, 6/10 down even at the result of this CP before the uphill U-turn, and it's going to be aswer versus Cap, sorry, for the lead. Meanwhile, Scrapie is sitting in third place, waiting to pounce on anybody's mistakes, waiting to profit on any slowdown that anyone gets. Onto the free wheel they go. The free wheel really well negotiated by pretty much all the players right here. Cap versus aswer, this is really close, 13,000th of a second between the two players. Aswer trying to get back into the lead. It seems as though it's really a nip and tuck battle between the two players. Cap still hanging in there, still giving aswer a run for his money right now, and it seems as though Cap is reeling him in. It's gonna be up to the jump to the side. Let's actually see. Oh, and actually aswer will get a bit of a weird line. It's gonna be Cap who wins the round in front of aswer, and then OmnipotZ third, and Scrapie, who made a mistake, will go through the left foot finish and go in 4th place. So 105.390 from Cap, really nice time as well. And here we go, shared lead! aswer making the comeback of a century and going first equal with OmnipotZ on 92 points, sorry. For both of them. One of them has to win a round in order to get into finalist mode, so it's going to be interesting to see who will get finalist mode first, unless one of the other players could have something in the, something else up their sleeve and could potentially deny both of those players to get finalist mode. So yeah, we're heading into round 15 of the match, round 5 out of 5 on this first rotation of Chromepots, and it's aswer, Cap, and Scrapie, and OmnipotZ. Your top 4 so far. OmnipotZ still remaining within the right group, within the 10th of the leader right now, and it seems as though Cap and aswer are still battling it out fiercely. Maybe Cap could be the one to keep the dream alive, and actually Cap got a really weird landing as I say that, and that's going to drop Moti down to last place. Onto the free wheel they go. It seems as though aswer and OmnipotZ are really well negotiating that. Cap in 3rd place, Scrapie in 4th place. It seems as though aswer could potentially be set to win this round as well as OmnipotZ. Imagine someone else denying that. Maybe Cap could do something about it. Cap is still within that right group. He's still within striking distance of OmnipotZ and aswer. He's going to have to potentially do the drive of his life or rely on somebody else's mistake. We're going to have to see the final jump. It seems as though we're going to see a finalist move from OmnipotZ on this run. OmnipotZ will win, aswer 2nd, Cap 3rd, and Scrapie 4th. Really nice finish within 4/10 of a second of each other, and 105.505 by OmnipotZ. So then, our very first finalist of the match is going to be OmnipotZ for the 2nd match in a row. He gets finalist mode first, and we're headed to map number 4, which is going to be Siphon Blur by Clément. So then, quick score recap after that round number 15. We've got OmnipotZ already in finalist mode. Only 1 round win is needed for OmnipotZ to continue his journey into the winner bracket. aswer is sitting on 98 points. All he needs to do is finish the round to get himself into finalist mode as well. Then we got Cap 3rd place with 78 points and Scrapie 4th with 64. So, quick parenthesis. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream, despite my failure to try and keep up with some elements of the cast. 101.778 by Carl Jr. This world record. Yeah, Novice got really close into the time attack seeding. I remember that. So yeah, 101.778 CJR Siphon Blur. Thank you very much, Chicos, though, for the indication of some of the best times that you could gather. So yeah, those are of course reference times. These are not the WRs, not all the official WRs. Those are the best times that we could get, and yeah, this could give you a really good reference in terms of what to expect in terms of really good times right here. So the warm-up is done. Round number 16 of the match is about to get underway. Round 1 out of 5 in Siphon Blur, and already onto finalist mode for OmnipotZ. So it's all to the alien car to do it all. OmnipotZ going for the inside line along with aswer, I think, and actually OmnipotZ will fail that inside line. It will be demoted to last place. Meanwhile, aswer will get the line pretty much perfectly and get into the locked battle between him and Scrapie for 1st and 2nd, for 1st place. Cap is currently sitting in 3rd place and actually got the slowdown as I say that off camera, and now it's going to be OmnipotZ promoted up to 3rd place. So what the fuck is this? Aswer clipping the top of the CP, and that's going to promote Scrapie up to the lead. Now imagine something happens to Scrapie right now. Cap getting the double pull, the pink ball right here on this particular round, and Scrapie, as I say that, he will get the freaking wall, the freaking clip, and actually Scrapie is pretty much dead in the water, and it's gonna be OmnipotZ who gets into the lead right here. Cap is in 2nd place, but 3.5 seconds down on the freaking leader, and that's gonna be a GG already for OmnipotZ, who will get the weirdest win of the day, or potentially the entire tournament. Everyone failing so hard, and now it's the GG for OmnipotZ who gets that. Oh là 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 là, mais qu'est-ce que c'est que ce match? Mais c'est pas possible, qu'est-ce qu'on vient de voir? Anyways, with that 3rd place finish, with that third place finish, aswer is now himself into finalist mode. We're gonna have to see if we're gonna see another meme round. aswer going for the inside line right here, and he gets it really well right here. And now we're gonna have to see how everybody will be able to retaliate. Now it seems as though Scrapie has got himself up into the lead. aswer in second place and Cap in third within a tenth of the leader. And Scrapie still remaining in the lead, but aswer is having none of that, and he's trying to apply a little pressure on the Belgian driver. Everyone going for the inside CP line right here. Scrapie still in the lead. aswer second and Cap in third place. Meanwhile, Scrapie gets the touch. That's going to promote aswer up into the lead position, and now it's going to be up to Cap to deny aswer to continue to potentially continue keeping the dream alive for himself and for Scrapie potentially as a result of that. Now aswer will get the clip as well, and that's going to promote Cap out into the lead. Now, unless Cap makes something stupid, it's going to be pretty much the denial of aswer's finalist and lower winner bracket position right here. It seems as though Cap has got everything under control as we get into the final, into the freaking finish, and maybe aswer could get back up. No, it will be Cap who wins the round with a 102.542. aswer second and Scrapie third. Cet accent m'estépisse. Salut Kersted. Ouais, ça surprend, hein. Ça surprend. Anyways, Cap now has one more. Could either now there's two possibilities for Cap here in this 18th round. Either he denies aswer for the win and gets himself into the finalist, or lets Scrapie do the work and try to get into first place, and Cap finishes in second to get himself into finalist mode as well. So there are actually two possibilities. No, Scrapie is not trolling, he's just giving his best, man. Meanwhile, it seems as though aswer is off to a flying start, already a tenth ahead of Scrapie in second place, and Cap will get the wall, and now he's gonna have to rely on Scrapie's performance to potentially continue the adventure in the winner bracket, or otherwise it's gonna be game over and down to the loser bracket already for the former Gamers Origin player. Onto the platform U-turn they go. The inside line both negotiated really well. Scrapie with a clip again. That cost him really much into the first round on round 16, and now it's gonna be up to the final decider right here. It's 0.3 of a second of a gap between aswer and Scrapie. aswer still in the lead, and really slow line through there. Scrapie getting a bit wide. Maybe this could be the cue for Scrapie to try and make something happen and snipe him at the line. No, it seems as though aswer's got it under control, and that's going to be the GG for aswer, who continues his journey into the winner bracket. And both Scrapie and Cap are going to be sent down to the loser bracket as a result of that match.